Cord to the cloud. We are ready.
Okay, see the dot. Good evening. My name is Michael Chiulli, and I am the National Scholarship Officer for Alpha Chi Rho. And in that capacity, I am also an ex officio trustee of the Educational Foundation. For this evening's Alpha Chi Rho show, I have the privilege of presenting the 2020 Alpha Chi Rho Educational Foundation undergraduate and graduate scholarship winners. Although the official press release went online on the fraternity website a few days ago, having them here tonight with us on the Alpha Chi Rho Roadshow gives us an opportunity to meet them virtually and get to know some of the very best and brightest in Alpha Chi Rho. Before we speak with these outstanding young men, we'll hear a few words from Martin Sharpless, AXPEF Secretary and Chair of AXPEF's Program and Services Committee, about the scholarships and how the loan process works.
Wow, it takes longer to say our committee name, I think, than it does to actually talk about the process. So Mike's right, I am Secretary of the AXPEF of our Education Foundation. There are several trustee members, and our chairman actually are joined in here today. And I'm really glad to have them all, and they're all good friends. Wanted to let you in on what AXPEF actually is doing in terms of our Program and Services Committee. We are responsible for soliciting and awarding scholarships for both graduate and undergraduate brothers. We do that annually. We usually do it in the spring so that you have checks available by the time you're heading back in fall, which is always a good thing. Those scholarships, as some of you tonight know, range from $1,000 to $4,000 some dollars. So they're of substance and they're meaningful, and they are awards. They're not loans. But something that AXPEF does, which is utilized, but we all feel could be utilized much more strongly, is our loan program. We also write loans for graduate and undergraduate brothers, and we'll consider loans up to $3,500 each time, and many times we'll consider a second loan in either the undergraduate or the graduate period. And you know, every dollar counts, and we have the best terms in the world. So we hope that you talk to your brothers in your chapters and encourage them to look into using that. We also have the responsibility to approve grants that the chapters request, and each chapter has up to $2,000 worth of grant ability every year, and that's divided up amongst educational and community services programs. So if you have a community service event that you need some funding for to support, or we can add to, you can request a grant. If you're working on your library, if you're buying a system that's educational, software, all kinds of things qualify. You just have to ask. And all of this is found on our website. Nick's doing a great job of keeping our website more and more robust and easy to work through. And you can see all of these different opportunities on the website real easily. One thing about all of these is that they're all reviewed and awarded and vetted and approved by your Program and Services Committee, which is made up of trustees and some committee members, some rather august committee members actually. And I'm actually hoping to start to add some of you in the Brotherhood at the undergraduate and maybe even graduate level as committee members, right? So you might think about, if you're interested in joining us, it's not too intensive. We talk at least once a month, and then in spring we obviously go through the awards program. But it's kind of fun and gives you a chance to see more of our Alpha Chi Rho world. So if you're interested in joining our committee, please talk with me about that. But together we approve all of the scholarships, loans, and grants. And we make the decisions, and we make policy, and it's a good learning tool, and it's a good way to get to know your national organization a little better too, if you're sort of local to the chapter mostly. So with that, I'll hand it back to our winners and Mike.
Thank you, Martin. And now let's start off our introduction to the scholarship winners with discussing someone who could not be here tonight, Landon Allen. Landon is from the Phi Mu Chi chapter at Lock Haven and is this year's recipient of the Donald F. Jones Graduate Scholarship. Landon is currently attending the Doctor of Dental Medicine program at Midwestern University, Arizona, and that's why he's not here with us tonight. He has clinical rounds, which is sort of like he's pledging doctor. Landon served the Brotherhood through his leadership with his own chapter, and served other chapters in our Brotherhood at Large through his work as a national consultant. While in dentistry school, Landon has taken on numerous community service positions, including weekly lunch and learns that give students exposure to dental companies and jobs, organizing a vendor fair that raised over 30 grand for philanthropy, and participating in medical outreach efforts that provided free dental care to veterans. After he graduates dental school, Landon plans to run his own dental practice and treat patients in underserved areas. The scholarship Landon received this year is one of 2 named in honor of Brother Donald F. Jones, and Donald's wife, Nancy Jones, is with us tonight. Nancy is a scholarship benefactor and serves on the AXPEF Programming and Services Committee. Not to put you on the spot, Nancy, but do you want to say a few words?
Well, it was funny, while I was sitting here at the desk, I was looking through the original scholarship folder, which brought back lots of memories of whenever I established the 2 scholarships, and Scott was very helpful in helping me to do that. And one of the decisions that I made, and we have talked about this, and it's a little bit of a change, I'm just going to put it out there, guys, is that I'm going to look at the criteria for both of the undergraduate and the graduate scholarship and try to be a little more definitive as we look at the pool of candidates. And I think it will help us select the best candidates. We've always made some good decisions over the years. And I think Don would be very pleased. And his big impetus would have been to help give a leg up to, he was a Purdue guy, and he could not have gone to school without the help of scholarships and loans. So that was why, when he passed away in 2004, that's why I decided to continue his legacy. And the fraternity and foundation were very important to him. And so now they're very important to me. And I'm learning. I'm not a brother, but I'm trying to, I learn every day, every meeting, every whatever. So I thank you and look forward to having some of you join us for whatever the future holds. That's it.
All right, thank you, Nancy. Okay, just to let, some of you came in early and wanted to know what it was we were going to be asking you. So just to let you know, I'm going to go do the graduate award winners first. And I'm a high school teacher, so I know it'll give you guys the leg up. I'm not going to like spring a pop quiz on you. Just to let you know, I'm just going to go through and we're going to do the graduate awards first. I will introduce you and say what scholarship you won and what chapter you're from. And then you can tell everyone in the room what your major is, what you would like to do, your experience as a brother, why you applied, just 2-3 minutes. Is everyone okay? All right, so first up is going to be Chris McNeil from our Alpha Phi Zeta chapter at Seton Hall, who is the winner of the Curly Walden Scholarship. Chris, introduce yourself.
Good evening, folks. It's a pleasure to finally see you all. As you all know, I am Mr. McNeil. I'll be teaching 3rd grade this year in Dallas, Texas. I'm very excited to get my scholars, and I believe we're here to talk about our experiences as a brother. I was in Gamma class of Alpha Phi Zeta, and I was really involved a lot with the post-rush process, you know, getting the brothers in, you know, helping them understand their responsibilities in terms of like what it means to be a brother in this particular chapter. And I really love the philanthropy of it all, especially when Seton Hall did Relay for Life. And I applied for the scholarship because I knew my scholars, considering I'm working in the Title I school, not all of them will have the resources in terms of like books, pencils, so on and so forth, that they need. So I want to make sure that with this money I get, we can make sure we build a classroom that's not only, you know, accessible to scholars, but also representational of them, especially in the literature and especially in art. So it's pretty much me in a nutshell. I just want to say thank you so much, guys, for considering me in your application. The $3,000 really means a lot to me, and I am more than excited to be able to show you guys what my classroom will look like because of your decision being made.
Okay.
Awesome.
Ooh.
Next up will be Justin Burge from UPenn Phi Phi. He is the winner of the Stanley G. Bedford Scholarship. So Justin, take it away.
Hello, my name is Justin. I'm currently studying for a biology PhD here at Penn. My research is primarily in neuroscience and genetics, and during my time in undergraduate, I loved what the fraternity brought to my life. It helped build me into the man I am today, and I'm thankful for the opportunities it gave me. I also enjoyed giving back once I became an upperclassman, becoming ritual chair, and trying to give back to the new underclassmen coming up. Even more so, though, I've found that as a PhD student, I enjoy mentoring young scholars and especially helping those who start from underprivileged backgrounds and helping them get into research and discover the passion for research that I discovered when I got similar opportunities as an undergrad. Honestly, that's the main reason I applied for this scholarship, to help me with those pursuits and to allow me to dedicate more of my time to helping young scientists come up through the ranks, and especially those who might not normally have those opportunities due to no fault of their own.
Awesome, thank you.
So the background fits.
Yeah, well, except we have neurons back there.
Yeah.
Next,
No good moving backgrounds for neurons, unfortunately. I've definitely checked for all of the Zoom classes.
You can give me some lesson.
next up is Christopher Clark from our Phi Rho Chi chapter at UMass. He won the F. Prescott Hammond Award.
Hi, everyone. My name is Chris Clark, as he just said, and I went to UMass. I am part of Alpha class, so I was the first class that was reintroduced to UMass after its resurrection at the school. I'm going to the University of Michigan in the fall to pursue a master's and maybe a PhD in environmental health sciences. And the reason that I wanted to do environmental health sciences is because for my entire life, I lived near a military installation, actually only a mile away. And through the usage of different chemicals, including a firefighting foam, it leaked into our drinking water. And for the past 40 years, we've had a multi-generational exposure of cancer-causing chemicals. And so it being such a important, part in, having taken over my life with the work that I do, the only thing I can really do is try to fight for my community and communities like myself across the country, including in North Carolina, Michigan, all over the world. And so I thought, hey, I want to go to grad school for free, or at least make it as affordable as possible. And so I'm super grateful to AXPEF. I've never heard of that as AXPEF. So that's new. I always just said the whole thing, but I'm very, very grateful. I'm driving to Michigan in like 2 weeks. And so I'm pretty much starting my life all over there. And this money is going to be very, very useful in getting started and making sure that I'm successful in my research and future endeavors in Michigan. So thank you.
Thank you. Now we move on to the undergraduate awards. And first up is going to be Andrew Liu, UPenn Phi Phi, winner of the Paul K. Adams Scholarship. So just what your major is and everything that everyone else has gone through.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. First of all, it's a tremendous honor to be here. This scholarship really helps me out a lot, and it's just such a great honor for me to be part of this community. I'm currently a junior at the University of Pennsylvania. I'm studying philosophy, politics, and economics with minors in legal studies and history and classical studies. And Alpha Chi Rho it's been a tremendous experience for me. I'm originally from Texas. I didn't know anybody at Penn when I first came here, and then I really found a home in Alpha Chi Rho. And membership in Alpha Chi Rho has taught me responsibility, teamwork, it's taught me leadership, and most importantly, it's really connected me to a lifetime brotherhood with people that I care about and I can depend on. And I applied for this scholarship because I plan on attending law school in the future and possibly graduate school for a master's or PhD as well. And, the scholarship really helps me out with the costs of that. And ultimately, I plan on pursuing a legal career and trying to give back in the future. One of the things I really believe gives meaning to one's work is the ability to make an impact and give back to the community. And I feel like the Alpha Chi Rho Educational Foundation is certainly making an impact in all of our lives today. And I'd like to do that in the future as well.
Outstanding. Thank you. Next up, Christopher Prieto from Rutgers Camden, our Alpha Phi Eta chapter, winner of the James McFadden Scholarship. So, Chris, you're up.
Hello, everyone. My name is Christopher. I am a rising senior at Rutgers Camden and major in political science, Spanish, and global studies. I joined Alpha Chi Rho last year, on 2019, as part of the Gamma class. Actually, one of my brothers here, Manoj, he was the one who motivated me to join AXPEF. So this scholarship will really help me a lot because, like, for next semester, my school having less funding, so it will really help me going through the semester. I'm currently a senior, so I'm applying now for grad school. I'm planning to get a master's in international relations and hopefully join the foreign service. I was born in Cuba, so in Cuba we really don't have like a democracy, so my growing there impacting my life. So I want to change a life of people in Latin America, helping with the foreign service, spreading democracy and human rights to the region.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Next up, Manoush. Manoush Kathrelia from Rutgers Camden, Alpha Phi Eta, winner of the John C. Enck Scholarship.
Hi, everyone. My name is Manoush, and as Michael said, I'm also from Rutgers Camden, along with Chris, and I'm one of the founders for our chapter. Really happy that I did that. It was a great process. And I think I applied for a scholarship because, honestly, why not? I've done so much, and I feel like it's nice to get rewarded for it. And I applied for it to see. It's just one other way of recognizing the achievements that I've done. And I'm really happy that the national headquarters was able to see that way as well. And so here I am, second year in a row with another scholarship, and so happy for it. And all this scholarship fundings that I'm getting, I'm using towards the current pandemic. I've been doing a job search, but I plan on pursuing my master's at Rutgers Camden again. So I think I'll just start school soon, and I'll use these funds to pay. It'll just help me get through school for some time. So thank you.
Thank you. Next up, Maximilian Leo from Kutztown, Phi Sigma Tau, the winner of the undergraduate Donald F. Jones Scholarship.
Thank you very much for having me here today. My name is Maximilian Leo, as you just said. I'm really grateful for the opportunity just to be able to meet everybody that I've seen before, President Yost, everybody. This scholarship means a lot to me personally because of, well, my family's in a little bit of a financial situation with everything that's going on. They just moved to Florida about 3 months ago. And with the current pandemic, everything seems to be a little bit shaky here at school. I'm currently going into my 4th year at Kutztown University as a supply chain management major. Currently president of the supply chain club as well. I was working for a company by the name of NFI. They're a third-party logistics firm, which is where I plan on taking my career after I graduate towards logistics. But yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity.
Great, thank you.
Congratulations.
Next up is Michael Orth from TCNJ Phi Gamma Chi chapter, winner of the Richard V. Olson Scholarship. And what's funny is that on my screen, the person who wrote your recommendation is right below you. Hi, Spence.
Yes, first, thank you guys so much for the award. I'm extremely honored. It's gonna be a big help to me financially this year, especially with COVID-19 going on. I am a rising senior math secondary education major, and I'm also the president of the Phi Gamma Chi chapter. So I value out-of-classroom experiences just as much as my in-classroom experience. And without Alpha Chi Rho, the local chapter in the national fraternity, I wouldn't have been able to experience everything I've been able to. They've been a big help. I've been able to attend a conclave, convention, NGLA, as well as being an orientation leader on campus. So they've helped me, that support system behind me, Spence, the staff at headquarters, they've all helped me be the person I am today. Professionally, I'm starting student teaching next year. So this money allows me to be financially sound throughout this COVID-19 experience and just focus on everything else going on in the world. So thank you.
Thank you. Let me see. Next up is Chris Bustamante from NYIT Eta Chi Phi, winner of the Colin Rochester Memorial Scholarship. Not here? No. Chris, his major was electrical and computer engineering. Other activities, I'm just getting this off of the because we the scholarship committee don't actually choose him. It's NYIT that does, or the chapter. And in the future, he hopes that he can help develop new technology that could revolutionize the way we can use certain day-to-day items and make them more efficient. He's a big fan of competitive video games and general fitness. He tries his best to keep his mind sharp while also enjoying the little things in life. And the scholarship awarded to him by the Alpha Chi Rho Educational Foundation will help him continue his education and achieve his future goals. So yet another science person. And we've got Abhijit Tour from our Towson colony, winner of the Weston L. Dangler Scholarship.
Hi, nice to meet you guys. My name is Abhijit Tour. First, I want to start off by saying thank you for such an amazing opportunity. So I'm currently a junior at Towson University. I'm part of the Phi Xi Chi chapter. We are currently a colony, and it's just awesome to see that how we took we took the organization from such a small point and we made it into something crazy right in front of us. To see something that started off with just a close-knit group of friends and now it's an organization that will last for years to come. It's just awesome, and I'm so grateful for the opportunities that it gave me. The reason I'm applying for the scholarship is, well, personally, I pay for all of my tuition out of pocket. I work all throughout the summer, all throughout the years, and everything I pay, I work, and that comes out of my own pocket. So it's just so awesome to see that this scholarship is really going to help me, and it just makes it that much easier so that I can dedicate less of my time to working and more to helping others. My passion is film. I'm a film student, and why I love film so much is that I want to go to LA and be on set to be part of something bigger than myself. I want to help others. I want to be part of like a family that creates something awesome and that reaches out to the rest of the world. I've always hated the idea of how people are robbed of their lives, in essence, and I want to be able to tell their stories so that it can reach out to more people, that it can reach their hearts, that it can take a moment to step away from your own life to see how others live theirs and how they suffer and how they still make the most out of it and the joy they bring to the world. And that is where my passion lies, and that's what I aspire to do. Thank you.
Hey, so I wanted to chime in a little bit here. The Dangler Award is a new award just this year, and we're starting it up with a certain level of funding. The goal is to grow that funding and grow the award annually. But I'm really glad to see that our brother from Towson is our, I guess, postulant, but we're going to call you a brother. You're in our colony, man. Is able to put this to work, and Towson's close to my heart. I've done lots of buildings there and lived close by, and just good to see it. But, you know, Wes was an amazing person. He was fully in charge back when I was undergraduate, and he made a big difference in my career, actually, in some ways. And I think he made a big difference in a lot of our careers. Many of the people you see on the foundation and even on the national board would recognize him as being one of the strong mentors that helped them move into the positions and kind of the successful roles that they are today, both inside the fraternity and certainly outside as well. So great influence. It's nice to see him being honored, and he's actually, his scholarship is initially funded by one of the former presidents of our organization, and we'll look forward to adding to that over time.
Thank you, Martin.
I'd like to just take a second to point out that Abhijit is the first ever recipient of this new scholarship.
That's right.
There you go. While we're taking seconds.
I'd also like to say that West Angler was a national secretary of the fraternity for quite some time. I think that only Scott Carlson has been national secretary longer than West was. But Curly Waldman, of course, I forgot about him. But anyway, it's really great that Jeffrey Sands decided that he's going to give $25,000 this year to start this scholarship. He is giving it over 5 years, $5,000 a year for the next 5 years. In order so we can go into the corpus of this amount of $25,000, I gave $1,000 towards this scholarship so we could fund it for the first year. And I think that many more of us could be helping out with scholarships like this in the future and now, and think about, adding to our money that we have in there for scholarships, not just for the West Anglia Scholarship, but for all scholarships. But thanks for letting me say that.
Well, I just wanted to say that Jay and I were discussing earlier, when we receive these applications, when you send them in and we get them, when the committee meets, we have to go through an impressive pile of paper because a lot of us prefer to print the things out instead of reading them on our screens. And everyone who applies is outstanding. Everyone who applies does well academically. The recommendations, obviously, whoever writes you recommendations is going to say something nice about you. But some of the recommendations went on for pages. And there were a few of them where the person just couldn't say enough nice things. And they were very specific, so we knew that they were genuine and not just the typical like high school recommendation where they were in my class, they did well, they're great. One of the things, though, that we saw through all of these different, we have people who are doing biology, we have people who are going to be teachers, we have people who want to go into law. Common thread, and Jay and I were talking about this earlier, was the idea of service to others. That the thing that made those of you who were selected stand out most was that there's a common thread in all of these about not just excelling in school and being a leader in your chapter on campus, but the idea that we've got people who are improving society and service not just to the chapter or to their fraternity, but to their society. We've got some of you here who are community activists. We have people who are interested in social justice, who want to work with underserved areas, and in a larger sense that what you've done is taken the landmarks and what we stand for, and not just bringing it to life within your chapter, but also going out into the world and the community, which is pretty much what the founders expected of us, was to be men and go out there and service to others is one of the things that we're supposed to stand for. And that's one of the reasons why you're all here, is that out of a pile of truly outstanding applicants, we saw this common thread that stood out, and we were just blown away by what we saw.
If I could, Mike, I'd like to talk a little bit about my background. I didn't really have a chance to do that earlier. I wanted to make sure that each of the brothers got a good chance to say hello, but we've heard from all the award recipients now at this point, right? Yeah, so just for a little bit of reference, Ruth Bedford was administering the program for AXPEF for a very long time. I think she did more work than Stanley Bedford, but we'd never tell him, of course. But both of them were wonderful people. And Ruth and I got to know each other while I was working with the Garnet and White, back when we had typewriters and printing presses and all that kind of stuff. And I got to know National through my work on Garnet White, and that's how I found out about the loans that are available and to some extent the scholarships. And as an architect in a 5-year program, I was the 5th kid of 5 from a family that had a school teacher father and not much else for income. And so the loans became really important to me my last couple of years. And it's not like I couldn't have lived without them maybe, but that $3,000 at the time was some serious money. It was probably half of my annual cost, which we won't talk about the time frames, but it was a lot of money. And it was also some money that I could pay back responsibly and easily as a recently graduated brother. So, you know, one thing I would encourage all of you to do, it's great that you've got the scholarships, that's excellent. But I would encourage you in both your undergraduate and graduate efforts to not be shy about taking the loan money that's available to you and putting it to use. It's easily paid back, it's reasonably paid back, and you know, it does mean sometimes makes it a little bit of a difference for each of you in your semesters. So don't be shy about putting that to use. And now that you've got scholarship awards, you're basically all vetted and ready to get a loan if you'd like it.
Martin, could you tell them about the terms of the loan, like how that works if they were to take that out?
So it's been a little while since I've done that, and Jay will help me fix it up if need be. But I did the calculation recently. You basically pay it back over 5 years after you're a year out of college. And your year out of college can be either undergraduate or graduate. So if you're going right into graduate work, your loan isn't payable until you're done with your graduate work, assuming you're being responsible about actually going to classes and finishing your graduate work, right? So, which all of you are. And you know, the payment terms become, I think for the $3,500, it's less than $90 a month. And eventually it's like $50 a month in the final year because it's simple interest. So everything you pay down, you knock down how much you have to pay even each month. And at a certain point you'll say, heck, I'll just pay it off. But, you know, it's a very reasonable kind of loan to have in a world where there's a lot of unreasonable loan terms and very expensive ones out there. I just hope you'll take advantage of our terms first and then reach to other sources if you need them. But don't be shy, put them to use. Nancy and I are sitting around with Byron trying to figure out what to do with all those loans that we haven't given out yet. So help us out.
Did you want to introduce your committee? The whole committee's here, right?
I think we've got most of them. It's you and Nancy. Wave your hand, Nancy. Oh, okay, right. And and Byron's right there. So Byron's our chairman of AXPEF, but he's also on our committee. He and I have been doing this committee stuff for a while, right? And we really enjoy it. So we could be doing other things, but we like doing this. As Gary says, I like to spend money. I bring some in too.
The only other piece I wanted to add, and I promise this was not scripted, is just that as you move through your next chapters and as you go through the world and make a difference in all of your aspirations and inspiring others and, you know, changing this crazy world in some good way, is don't forget to look back at your foundation and being Alpha Chi Rho or whatever it was that helped you get there. And that's all I want to say, because we try to beat the bushes gently and try to just ask people, don't forget. So that's it.
We have any questions, either from the recipients or from any of the people in the room for the recipients?
Oh, Gary's got his hand up.
Thank you. As the foundation president, I want to thank Nancy.
Yeah, I can't hear you. Are you in a tunnel? Hang on. Is it me or you? Okay.
He's got challenging Wi-Fi.
I don't know. Am I in a tunnel, guys?
Yeah, you can't. Your Wi-Fi is really off, Gary.
This is better if you're right next to it, Gary.
Well, I'll tell you right now that, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I'll tell you right now that what I wanted to thank Nancy for that little boost that we asked for. You know, people don't remember where they started from. I got a $1,000 loan when I was at school, and I remembered that I wanted to always pay back, and I've been trying to do that over the course of the last 10, 15 years.
And he's done a very good job with it.
have the
I think we're kind of losing him. So
chance to do that when we are when we.
Uh-oh.
that's okay. Spence, you had something to say?
Me? No.
Scott, you?
No, I just think it's great to meet by this medium, that we get to see each other face to face. Years ago, we'd all meet each other at a convention and some fancy banquet and reception, but I think this way is just as effective, if not more so. And I hope it's being recorded so it can be shared with the entire brotherhood. And it's well, thank you for being here, and hopefully you got your checks by now because they were mailed last week. So if you didn't, reach out to the office. So since you didn't get one.
No, I was going to say something.
Oh, you're next. Gotcha. I'll go back on mute.
The check is in the mail. I just want to tell the brothers who won, make sure you go back and remind your other brothers in your chapter that you won. And next year, they should apply as well. Because it's not like you're competing against hundreds of thousands of people. So you have good chances by applying. But let people know that you got this. Don't let the school know because they're going to cut your aid. But I didn't say that. But make sure you tell the other brothers, that you won it, who gave it to you, but that they should apply for it next year as well.
And you can apply again. We've had people who've gotten 3 different awards over 3 years.
Yep, both
Manoush won 2 years in a row, right, Manoush?
Mm-hmm.
I did.
And you can keep
And
applying.
Landon also.
Yeah, that's right. Me and Landon both.
Not to beat the drum, but go back and tell your brothers to go look at the loans too, right? So they're all
Do
there.
what?
Look at the loans as well.
Oh.
Tell your brothers about that and make sure they understand it. It's a good deal and it's available.
I think one of the great things about though, and I never realized it, before, is that this is not a check that goes to university. You're getting the check to you, and there's a trust that you're using it for whatever. I think Chris McNeil, when you said I'm using this for my classroom, I think I almost teared up. I was like, wow, he's not even using it for himself. He's using it for his students. And that's just incredible. Whatever you need it for, if it's rent or if it's tuition costs, if whatever it is to get set by, that's what it's for. And I think that's so unique, to what we're doing. And I really do appreciate that too. So something different.
And this was my first year going through the process, and I had a lot of fun because of the people that are on our committee. But it was a lot to go through, but it was really rewarding to see, to read your stories, to hear what you did within your chapter, and to see what the person writing a recommendation, for some of you as your professors, brothers from your chapter, said about you. And like when I was reading Chris McNeil's story, and I'm like, how do you go from an undergrad degree in diplomacy and international relations to all of a sudden being passionate about elementary special ed? I mean, that whole journey is just amazing to read about. And Justin, now I'm a former lab rat in a research lab. So of course, when I read all of Justin's stuff, I was fascinated, but it was just so amazing to go through and see each of your stories. And Jay and I joked that, wow, these guys, I would go to convention when I was an undergrad in the 80s, and we'd see the winners of the scholarships, and I'm thinking, geez, what am I doing in my chapter? And right now, it's just blows me away. Your academics, what you do on your campuses. Some of you do 3 or 4 different athletics. I can't remember who it was, but they were like cross country, indoor track, outdoor track, class officer, community service. It's just really impressive.
Not much.
One of the great things I think too is that by the number of applications that are coming in year over year, there's not enough scholarships to support that. But what we're finding in the last recent years too, and the committee can attest to this, is that there are now benefactors coming out saying, I want to start a new scholarship. I want to create new scholarships. And so they're seeing you all using this money and needing this money and doing great things. It's inspiring them to create more scholarships. The West Dangler one is an example of Jeff Sands and his wife, Patty, past national president, Trinity College alum, that wanted to come out and start and create that. And there are other people that are contributing to it on top of that. You know, we've had the Colin Rochester Scholarship, which is directed towards an NYIT guy, was from Colin Rochester was a student who passed away as a young alum, and his mother wanted to honor him. And she used her wedding registry when she got remarried to all to the foundation. It's just incredible the types of outpouring we're getting from people that are inspired by all the work that you all are doing. So keep doing what you're doing, because it's inspiring our donors to continue to give that out. So the demand way outmeets the supply, but we're thinking that the supply is starting to catch up a little bit, which is great.
That's good. Nancy, you were saying?
Oh, I was just thinking, is there anything, I was thinking about as our process, as we reviewed the pool of candidates, there were a couple things that we tried, as we read through the letters, we were impressed very much by the honesty in the letters. And also we, go through reading between the lines and reading the applications and looking for those students that floated above the rest and really we thought had the potential to make a difference in the world, make it a new place. And so that's how the selection went, and we'll continue to do that. But it's hard on paper, so it's really nice meeting you. And as Scott said, face to face makes a difference. And there was something else, and I forgot. I just wanted to invite all of you. Do you have any comments for us? The things that could enhance the process, make your life easier?
Good idea. Don't be shy.
We're open.
You're
We already, the check's already been cut, so we can't take it back. No matter what you say.
I guess I'll take a stab at it. I think maybe, is there a way there could be like stages, I guess maybe let people know like, oh, we picked a finalist, like we're sorry that like you didn't make it into the next round. So it's not like you have everyone waiting at the same time, like I don't think this happened, with this upcoming scholarship, but, if we're all being told like, oh, I got this, but then they're like, oh, wait, I'm still waiting on a response. And then you're just like, oh, I guess that's just some food for thought. And honestly, I think a more definitive timeline of when the money would be distributed would be helpful, because I'm not going to lie, when I heard I got it, I kind of went very trigger happy at the beginning of July. And then I was like, that is not a good idea. Yeah. Absolutely do not do that again.
Away.
Good suggestions. This was an unusual year for us too. I think we pushed the application deadline, which was later than normal. So as a result, everything got pushed. But you're absolutely right. The communication is critical. And Mike, as a new member on our committee, you've done an awesome job at reaching out and getting people, no matter what it took. Now, you agreed that part of it's working at home, so you had more time. So we're going to wait and see what happens in the school year.
I'd still be working from home next year.
Yeah, I was going to say, we all will be, one way or another.
Now, one of the recipients, when I called you, you screamed.
Yeah.
You were driving, and I don't know which one of you. Okay, Chris. You made my day.
Why does that surprise me? I don't know.
No, I made a point of telling the committee. I said, yeah, I called, and I guess it was Chris. I called Chris, and you were driving. We were coming back from Black Lives Matter already.
I was on my way to the beach after that. I was just like, whew. I was just like, it's been a long week.
It was very rewarding as for us to spend the hours going through the paperwork, called somebody. And then it was a lot of voicemails I got, but that I had to leave. But you screaming made my day.
So those are good suggestions, Chris. Thank you. Anybody else?
How do you all find out about the scholarships?
So I did via my chapter has an alumni board, and I was pointed in the direction by that alumni board.
That's good.
Byron is actually one of our members. And it
I pointed you in that direction.
yeah,
Myron.
you and John Hawkins both pointed me towards that.
In other words, you didn't have a choice. You better darn well. Good for you. Looks like it worked out.
Not quite, but sort of.
For me, it was desperation and an excellent postulant education.
Yeah, I also have to give some credit for Justin because he was very active in pushing all the undergrads at Penn to apply for the scholarship.
I think
Yeah, I always complain to the undergrads that there's so much money out there for people who are willing to commit themselves and just push themselves to go get it, especially so many very talented people who complain about not having the money. There are people who are willing to give you that money due to your talent.
As all of you know, the application is not a difficult one to prepare.
Yep. Michael, you were going to say something?
Yeah, as Brian just said, the application was very easy. But at Conclave, there you had someone talk about scholarships to us for like 5 minutes about the process, when they're doing everything. And that's where I found out about it. Like I had no idea until it happened in like January. And then I told my brothers to apply. So I think that was a great way to get it out to us as well. So I recommend doing that again and keep doing that at conventions and at conclaves.
Great. Manoj?
Yeah, I was gonna say for us, it's more of a chapter thing. We talk about it every year at chapter meetings, just because every year since we started as a colony, we've had at least one brother winning scholarships every year. So I feel like that tradition just passed down. What Chris Prieto from my school won this year, that's the same scholarship I got last year. So I feel like it. Everybody is aware, and we constantly remind it as the time comes around. So
good.
Sometimes we can't figure out why we're beating the bushes and trying to give this money away, and we're like, where are they? You know, I mean, the application is not tough. In fact, it's probably too simplistic. But you know, so you know, we're open to with your pass the torch, as I said.
Something another recommendation would maybe be for a separate, like maybe a separate portal or something for recommenders to submit letters of recommendation, because I was just so used to applying to grad school and having a separate link, or you know, oh, just send your recommendation directly to them instead of me handling it, was just different. So maybe something to consider in the future is having a separate portal.
Yeah, that's definitely worth considering.
That's a very good idea. We're getting more and more electronically savvy through the web site.
Honestly, I might even suggest instead of having an online form, just having a downloadable Word doc that for somebody to fill out, because it's far easier to work with one of those than having to have a online form that can easily get interrupted and say I needed to fill out most of my application twice due to
because it didn't save it, right?
Yeah, it didn't save, and something went wrong with my internet.
That's a good thought. Yeah, I had that happen with the survey, Jay.
Well, at least just in that way, you got everything spelled right, and you had a good chance to think it all through twice. So that's good. But yeah, I understand that point. It's a good one.
I also think that like there should be more ways to express yourself. Like personally, me, like I'm a film major, so if it would be nice if there was like a little video button, you can like attach a little video, and I can showcase like some of the passions I do through film. Like let's just say I helped at a event. Well, here's the work. You can take a look at it. Or it's like, hey, one of the brothers took a video of a philanthropy retreat, and he edited it together, and this is all the brothers having a good time. But I would like you to look at it, and this is what you're helping us toward. Just like ways to express yourself, because I feel like if you want to see someone from the heart and genuinely see them speak, I feel like that lies in their passion. If you get them to talk about their passion and just having any way to like show their passion, I think that would be awesome.
Thank you.
Great idea. Perhaps we can go to video applications, video interviews.
I completely agree on having a way to add in things. Say, for him, video, for say somebody in my position, adding in papers they've been on. So many different people have, based on their education, different things that wouldn't fit into a normal application, but you guys might want to see as sort of proof of their accomplishments and who they are.
Okay.
I like that. Hey, Chris, were you going to say something there? Chris?
No, yeah, I was agreeing with the idea about the recommenders because I know I'm applying to grad school and many professors at the end don't want to share with you the letter, so they want to do like privately. So that's a good idea to have like an email or link they can share the letter so we can actually see the letter.
I want to go to your heads, but that's great. That's good.
Ideas.
I like the idea of having a video clip capability. I think one way or another we could ask for each of you to just give us a short 3-minute hi hello and tell us about yourself or show us something.
Yeah,
That's
like
great.
Chris showing us with your showing you with your students would be
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
And like, I think I was going to give an example. So my friend, he's one of my close best friends. We went to high school together, and he applied for the Taco Bell scholarship because he worked there. And there's like a video application, but what he did was just he made a song. He made his own song and then did his application to it. And it's just like, you see that and it's just like, wow, that's crazy. Like, he's an awesome person. He wrote his own song. He spoke from the heart. And that's so much better than just reading a paper application.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I can see who our next committee member will be. Abdi, hurry up and finish, would you?
Oh, he can join.
Trying my best.
He can join us now. That's fine.
Mike, was there Colton Longberger's on here? Was he a recipient? Colton? I can see him on here, but I didn't realize.
No.
No, I was just tuning in to listen to some
cool.
scholarship recipients.
Oh yeah, great. No, I know you're from Miami, the Miami chapter, so I was just kind of like, what's he doing hanging out there? Introduce yourself. But
I'm glad you joined us.
yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to give some support to Landon Allen. He helped a lot get our chapter off the ground.
Oh, that's so nice.
Oh yeah.
To be here
Not to
tonight.
put you on the spot there, Colton, but I saw you there.
No problem.
Well,
We have just a couple minutes left. Mike, do you have anything wrapping up stuff, information? Scott or Martin or anybody from the committee? Spence?
I think we went through. Let me see. We told them to remember after they graduate. Well, first off, to go back and tell others in their chapter to apply for scholarships and loans, and to after they graduate to give back. But based on what we've seen, these are men who are giving back right now and plan on giving back when they graduate. So, Scott, do you have something?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Henry Glickel. He's been a longtime supporter of the fraternity, and I don't get to see his picture, but I see his name on the screen. And the other thing I want to point out is Mrs. Bedford's favorite line was apply, 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 apply.
Right.
She didn't care what it was for, just apply. So,
I thought her favorite word was right. I would encourage everyone when you go back to your chapter, especially the undergrad brothers, is especially at this time of day, even if you're not on campus, reach out to those guys you don't hear from too often and make sure they're doing okay.
Yep.
The last thing I'll say about student loans is that they're on a rolling basis. So when we get a loan that comes in, Martin pulls the committee together immediately. Usually have a decision within a week or two, probably sooner than that sometimes. And we process it at the headquarters and get the loan promissory note taken care of as fast as we can. So if people are coming into the fall semester and feeling like they might need some extra money for tuition or things, remind them. So this is also being recorded. You'll get a copy of this sent to you. We'll also post it on our website. I'll ask Nick Hughley, our Director of Communications and Development, to post this there so anybody can access this if you needed something for people to read or listen to. And the last thing is that I'll be sending you a bookmark, kind of an exclusive. We just got these in the mail. There are 10 bookmarks that have the 125 logo on them with the fraternity mission on the back. So just a little thank you and a little symbol of it, but it'll also be a sneak peek of our Giving Tuesday giveaway. So thank yous, but we got them a little early. So I'm going to give them to you guys in the mail. So you'll get a little something else in the mail.
That'll be great in our iPad, inside the cover of the iPad. We can just put
Yeah.
that
The iPad book, you know, the book that has like the pages that like the
okay, whatever.
thing, you know.
I remember that. It's been a while. Cute. Thanks, everyone. We really appreciate your support. We're excited that you award winners are out there doing your stuff, and glad to know it. And get back to your brothers and tell them what's going on and what's available. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, all of you.
Be careful. Be safe.
Bye-bye.